from the StogieReview.com here. I'm just hanging outside with the dog, and well, decided to do a short Ashes review for you. And that's kind of funny how this all works. You know, I can count on one hand the number of times that the reviews sort of overlap one another, whether it's a review that I plan on doing and Jerry does, or I do that Brian's planning on doing, or whatnot. As you saw the very comical review of the Camacho Candela that Jerry did, I was actually slated to do that this weekend, and it's only fitting because I did the Alec Bradley Harvest Selection 1997 last week when he had that scheduled. So it was kind of a funny little turn of events, and just like he did, he switched gears and went with another Alec Bradley cigar, and I'm doing the same. I'm going with the Camacho Corojo, just a standard Camacho Corojo, no Maduro. And this is a cigar I've done in the past, so I'm really looking forward to smoking it. So sit tight. Since I've only got two hands and one of them is holding the camera, I'm going to need to turn the camera off so I can get this thing lit, and I'll be right back. So sit tight. Alright, well, welcome back. I'm working on the first third of my Camacho Corojo, and all in all, it's going very well. I'm pretty pleased with it. It's on par with all the others that I've smoked, and I've smoked a number of them since doing that first review, probably back in 07, maybe in 06. The burn's a little funky, a little uneven. Ash is dark in color. The draw is fantastic. There's a little bit of resistance, just as I like it. Medium to full bodied. Finish is smooth, mildly creamy. Flavors are a very rich Corojo flavor, a little bit of leather, a little bit of pepper through the nose. All in all, it's just a very nice cigar. And that's my cue to go check on my dog. It seems like he hit the end of his 40-foot leader, and I can't quite see him, so sit tight. I'll be right back. We'll dive into the second third of my Camacho Corojo and see how it goes from there. Alright, well, I'm back. It's about time to hit the second third of my Camacho Corojo, and I've got to say, I'm enjoying it, and it may, you know, well, I should say I'm enjoying it tremendously, and it probably has a lot to do with the weather. It's just beautiful here. Body is medium to full. It's full flavored. The very rich Corojo flavors, leather flavors, a little bit of pepper and spice through the sinuses. Not a whole lot of deviation from the first third. The finish is nice and smooth. It's mildly creamy. I'm still getting a little bit of pepper and spice through the sinuses. Burn line isn't quite as ugly as it was. Ash is still dark in color. Draw is awesome. And all in all, I'm really enjoying it. And as I mentioned, the weather is fantastic here in Pennsylvania. We had some rain yesterday, but clear skies, couldn't ask for better. Nice and cool out, and you know, just sort of watching the dog walk around. We've had him for about 4 days now, and he's still checking out the yard. You'll hear him dragging a leader around. I've got, as I probably mentioned before, during lawn mowing season, I've got 3/4 of an acre, and it's an unfenced yard, so I need to put my dog on a leader. He's on 40 feet, and he can get, you know, he's got an 80-foot perimeter that he can get around, and this is the first time he's really been away from the front area of my house. So, yeah, just sitting here enjoying the day with the dog, and just to sort of give you an idea of how hilly it is, I'm sitting actually up on the next tier up from my house, and I'm trying to get an idea of something to give you a general idea how high up I am. So I'm just going to pan the camera. You can sort of imagine. So that's my view of the street. It's actually quite nice out here. When it's not so bright, you can actually see the lights of Reading way out that way. I'm not even going to attempt to show you now. It's too bright. You probably get a lot of sun glare. And there's really not a whole lot to see in the daytime. At night, you know, it's all lit up and it's kind of nice out here. But for the time being, I'm going to enjoy my Camacho Corojo a little bit more. I'll be back, check in on the final third. I'll wrap up this review and let you be on your way. So sit tight. Alright, well, welcome back. I'm indoors for the last part of the review. It's still beautiful out, no rain, no no split-second storm came about or anything. I've got some neighbors, nice people, and they have 2 young girls, and they came out, and of course the dog runs to the end of the leader and just kind of sits there and looks, and he barks a little bit and he grumbles a little bit, and they seemed a little taken about by it. So I figured let's bring them inside and let them play outside for a little while. I'd be all for introducing them, but I'm still a little concerned. We're working with the dog. If you head over to waltonpa.com, I did a couple of write-ups about the dog, and the first thing he did when I met him was he sprinted from his crate inside the kennel out into the yard and just leaped, and it just sort of hit me in the chest, and sort of plopped to the ground, wagging his tail, shaking all about, and just sort of greeted us. And we've been working on him not jumping on people, and one of the big things I'm concerned about is he's still being trained not to jump, and I was just afraid that he would kind of jump up on them and knock them down, and so I want to introduce him when I know that he's going to be a little calmer. So now that you know about my dog, let's talk about the review. Now I'm still plugging away on the Camacho Corojo. As I was saying before, the draw is fantastic. I'm getting a good volume of smoke. It's nice and rich. The primary flavor is Corojo, of course. The cigar is, I think it's entirely Corojo, and I can't get enough of that Corojo flavor. I really enjoy that aspect of the cigar. Finish is mildly creamy. It's easy on the palate. It's not aggressive. It doesn't have any sort of bite to it. The body is it's probably in the full range now. At one point in time, I definitely would have considered this full-bodied. But the direction that cigars are taking, over the past 2 years, full-bodied has become just a whole new level. What I thought was full-bodied before really doesn't compare to, the Joya de Nicaragua Antaños, the El Cobres, the La Flor Dominicana double-headed chisels. It just seems to have redefined what a full-bodied cigar is. And in that sense, this is sort of medium to full or low end of the full scale. As I mentioned, the flavors are a rich Corojo flavor. I get some leather out of it, a little bit of spice, a little bit of pepper through the sinuses. Again, it doesn't have any edginess, no bite. It's very smooth, easy on the palate. The finish lingers a little bit, but not too long. And the burn has been good. It was a little funky earlier on. The ash is kind of dark. The burn line, it was fairly thin for the most part. It never really got really wide. And the draw has been fantastic. One of the things that I have to say Camacho does probably better than many other people in the industry is their draw really suits what I like. It's a little on the loose side, but there's a little bit of resistance to it, and I just always pick up a Camacho when I sort of want to show someone the benchmark of what I think draws perfectly, and Camacho cigars just doesn't fall short in the draw category. I've never had one that was plugged. I've never had one that was too loose. Sometimes they burn a little quickly because of how free they are, but I've never really run into a major draw problem with a Camacho cigar, and that's one of the things that I really credit Camacho for is a superb draw. Again, as far as my taste is concerned, some people feel that it's a little too loose, but it's right in line with what I like. As far as what I think of the cigar, is it worth the money? Is it worth that $5.50, whatever it was I paid for this cigar? Well, absolutely. I think it's a fantastic cigar. It really showcases what a Corojo cigar tastes like, and it's easy on the palate. It's not aggressive. It's not too much to sort of make you sick. I haven't had dinner yet, and I've got no problem at all smoking the Camacho Corojo. Now, I have taken a liking to the Maduro a little bit more, and I had to sort of force myself to pick up the regular Corojo again, and I'm enjoying it. And I shouldn't say I had to force myself to get it, but I have been gravitated towards the Maduro flavor of this cigar, the Camacho Corojo Maduro, and this is a real nice change of pace. It's a cigar that I've always liked, and I still do. So there you have it. That is my short ashes segment, or short ashes look at the Camacho Corojo. So until next week's, happy smoking.